Benny did not like to study, and if junior high school he was still going, in high school he started skipping classes and had bad grades. His mother often called to school. She tried to talk to the boy, sometimes even leading him to the first lesson by the hand. But as soon as she left, Benny immediately ran away. He often peeked into an auto repair shop near his home and watched the work of the craftsmen closely. Teachers constantly scolded Benny, called him a dolt, a fatherless boy, and the school mistress constantly prophesied that Benny would not have a bright future. If you keep on treating your studies this way, you will only help unload wagons and sweep the streets when you grow up. But the boy was willful. He liked to read scientific journals, tried to do minor repairs around the house, helped his mother with household chores, but education did not attract him at all. No matter how hard his mother tried to convince her son that learning was necessary, he just nodded his head and everything remained as before. One day Benny was spying on the mechanics in the car service as usual, and suddenly a tall middle-aged man with a slight gray hair on his temples called out to him, "Why are you hiding there all the time? Come in, join us if you're interested." Benny didn't have to be invited twice. He happily ran into the garage box and began to look around with interest. "Give me the wrench number 12, asked him a man who had already jumped into the inspection pit. Benny swiftly glanced around the tool stand and, stopping at the right wrench, instantly took it off the hook and handed it to the man. "So what's your name?" asked the man, accepting the tool. "Benny," replied the boy, who was overwhelmed with pride that he had been invited here and moreover immediately asked to help. "And I am Derek Williams," the man replied, and held out his hand to the boy, looking out from the car. Benny enjoyed helping the workshop so much that he forgot all about the time, and only when the man began to pull away the tools in their places, he noticed that it was already completely dark outside. "Yes, you've been here a long time. Dad will probably scold you for you're late, won't he?" asked Mr. Williams. "Worse," replied the boy. "I don't have a daddy. My mother won't scold me, but she'll cry, and it would be better if she punished me." "Well, come on. I'll walk you home and explain to your mother that you weren't just wasting your time. And by the way, do you really skip school? I've seen you often nearby during school hours." "I don't want to study. It's not my place. I want to work. I want to do something important, not just sit around. What's this school gonna give me?" "I understand," the man said pensively. "I thought the same when I was your age and went to work at 14. But you have to study if you don't want to repair cars like me." "But I want to repair cars," revived Benny. "It's better than studying." The man coughed and continued, "Okay, I can offer you to be my assistant in your spare time if your mother will let you. It's a lot of work. You can learn our business a little bit." Benny overtook Mr. Williams and stopped in front of him and looked at him with a glowing look. "No kidding. This is my dream." The man smiled and nodded. Upon reaching the apartment, Benny opened the door and from the threshold shouted, "Mom, I'm home. Mr. Williams is with me. He wants to talk to you." Benny's mother, pale with worry, came out of the room and stopped as if she were frozen, looking at her guest. Derek also froze, looking at her. "Camilla, are you Benny's mother?" Looking at the man with eyes full of longing and resentment, she asked how he found them. Derek told her how many times he had seen Benny watching his work with interest, and today he even helped me a little. "What a clever son you have. I'm even a little jealous." "So don't be jealous. And anyway, go away now," replied Camilla sharply. "No, I'm not going away, especially not now. I was on my way to talk about your son. He wanted you to let him work, and now I have to finally find out why you disappeared so suddenly." Camilla exhaled sharply. "And you have the impudence to say that? I ended up in the hospital with appendicitis, and I found out I was pregnant. I wrote you a note and gave it through you through Mandy, and you told her that you didn't even want to hear anything, and that I had to disappear forever. So I disappeared, just like you asked." Derek froze with surprise and confusion overwhelming him. He pounded his fist on the wall and groaned. "And then Mandy told me that you left town with another man. I rushed to your house, but there were already another people. Mandy was there all the time and tried to be nice to me, but I couldn't forget you. And now I can't." Derek tearfully looked at Benny and asked quietly Camilla if he was his son. She nodded and burst into tears, and Benny rushed to his father's neck, trying to hide the unwanted tears. From that moment, they were never parted. A few years later, the boy had one more sister and brother. After graduation, Benny started working with his father. Their auto repair shop became the best in town. One day, the class teacher drove up in an old car that no one dared to repair. This car was very dear to the woman because she traveled in it with her late husband. When Benny was able to fix this rarity car, the woman thanked him and apologized for being so unflattering about him when he skipped her lessons.